Wouldn't it be nice to know if you're going to make a profit a year in advance? Well, that's what you do when you're ranching for profit. Now, I'm not saying that we have a perfect crystal ball or anything like that, but in the Ranching for Profit School, we do teach a 7-step profit planning process to project profit long before the year even begins. The process makes it relatively simple to explore different price, weather, and management scenarios, and to spot losses long before they occur so you can actually do something about them. The process is simple. The first step is to complete something we call a breeding herd statistics chart. This is where we make performance projections: death loss, weaning rates, culling rates, conception rates, things like that. We apply these projections to our opening inventory using a stock flow plan. The stock flow is the second step. The stock flow plan shows how many animals we'll have to sell and how many replacements we'll need to keep or buy. It shows us how much supplement we'll need, how much vaccine and ear tags, and it shows us all of that a year ahead of time. Now that we know what we'll have to sell and what we need to buy, the inputs that we'll need, we have the information we need to complete the third step. That's a cash flow forecast. The stock flow shows the movement of animals into and out of the herd. Well, the cash flow shows the movement of money into and out of the business. The fourth step is the livestock valuation. We use consistent conservative values on each class of animal in the stock flow. We use the valuation to estimate the opening and closing values of the herd. With the inventory values calculated, we can take the fifth step. That's to calculate a trading account. The trading account is the tool we use to estimate gross product. Gross product is the value that an enterprise produces. Now, the sixth step. We project enterprise gross margin. To do that, we pull the direct costs out of the cash flow and subtract them from the gross product. Gross product minus direct costs equals gross margin. Of course, a few of the direct costs, things like opportunity interest, don't appear in the cash flow. We need to make sure that we include these costs in our calculation. Finally, the seventh and final step, projecting profit or loss. To do this, we pull the overheads out of the cash flow and subtract them from the gross margin. Of course, there may be some non-cash overheads that aren't in the cash flow that we'll need to include in our projection. Things like opportunity rent, depreciation on equipment, unpaid family labor. There you have it. That's the 7-step profit planning process. Actually, if you aren't happy with the result, if your plan doesn't result in profit or the profit falls short of your target, or you aren't confident in your projections of prices or production, there's an 8th step. And that's to run other scenarios until you have a plan that works, and contingencies for important scenarios, and you have confidence in your plan. Your projections may not be precise, but they don't have to be. Look, if you think $5,000 or $10,000 is the difference between a good year and a bad year, you're mistaken. It was never going to be a good year. We need to build in a margin of error into the plan. And while the plan is important, the planning is even more important. Dwight Eisenhower once said, "In battle, plans are useless, but planning is indispensable." Now, I don't think this plan is useless, but I do think that the planning is more important than the plan.